Welcome back everybody to Hayes Tech. My name is Dave Hayes and this is the channel where we talk about pretty much anything tech. I do have to apologize if you guys hear some raining in the background. We do have a tin roof. I love tin roofs. And it's raining outside, so we may get a little bit of rain in the backyard. So today we're going to go over something a little bit different. I know a lot of you are not musical people, but I do know that there is a large amount of you out there that actually play instruments and are into them. So again, with my Hayes Tech being a broad range of a lot of things, I have included some reviews of some instruments on this channel, and today we're going to go over a really cool instrument that is well within the price range of a lot of people. Maybe not in the price range of everybody, because this isn't a $200 guitar. It's a little more than that. But when we come back, we're going to go ahead and look at the Epiphone Master-built Century. It's an outstanding guitar for what it is, and we'll go ahead and let you guys see what it looks like when we come back. And as always, if you liked my video, don't forget to hit that like button and share my videos. It really helps me out. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, think about subscribing. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell icon. That way you get a notification of my videos as soon as I release them. So back to this guitar. For those of you out there that want to get a guitar to learn on or something like that, I don't recommend this as a guitar for you to get as your first guitar. This is more in lines of a guitar you would get after you've already started to play and you're looking for something a little different because this guitar is different. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open this thing up, and I'm going to go over some of the specs on it and just let you guys see what you get in this guitar. Now I got to bear in mind right off the bat, what you guys are looking at, this case does not come with this guitar, but they do make a case specifically for this guitar. Epiphone does make a case for this guitar specifically designed for no other but this one. Now, the reason it doesn't come with a case is price factor. They're trying to keep this down in price to the point where pretty much anybody could go out and buy one. And again, I think they are right around $650, right around there. You can pick one of these guitars up. So let's go ahead and look at it. We'll go ahead and talk about what the guitar is made of and go from there. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and undo the latches on this case. There are 4 of them. There's one there, one here, and there's one in the back here. There you go. You guys can see the guitar in its case right there. Oh, and quickly, for those of you that are wondering, the camera I'm using to show you the guitar is my Sony, and of course my 2 main cameras are my Canon 90D and my Canon M50, because I know a lot of you guys ask me, what cameras do you use? Hey, a lot of you out there are getting into making your own videos, and you want to start a YouTube channel, and you're wondering. My audio, again, is my Blue Yeti microphone, which I love, by the way. If you're looking for a USB type microphone for doing, talking head type situations, this is the microphone to get. Outstanding. I love this microphone. Back to the guitar. This is a 6-string acoustic guitar, but it does have electronics built into it. You're right here in the F hole. Here's your volume and your tone right here. And it does have a solid Sitka spruce top. It has a flame maple back and sides. Now, it is not solid. The flame maple back and sides are actually layered. And what that means is they take 3 pieces of maple, glue them together, very thin maple, glue them together, and then that's how they get this shape. So it is a layered maple back and sides. There's so many things to talk about on this guitar, guys. I am not going to be able to go over everything because I'm not a guitar expert, but I am going to try to touch on as much as I can. The neck is made out of mahogany and maple. It is a 5-piece neck. outside mahogany with a maple strip, then a mahogany strip, then another maple strip, and then mahogany on the outside. It is bound completely around the guitar, and this is something that you find in higher end guitars. I love the tuners in this. They have like that old-timey kind of marbly look, but they are plastic, but they are higher end tuners. These are not your cheap tuners that you're going to get on your $200 guitars. Epiphone put a lot into this guitar, and the reason it's so affordable, I should say, is because of the layered back and sides, and that is it. Everything else they put a ton of time and money into. The neck is made out of ebony. You don't get that on most guitars. Most guitars are rosewood, or with a neck like this that has the floating bridge out here, usually is made of like a maple or something like that, and then it's stained black to look like ebony. No, they went all in. They put an ebony fretboard on this, and it's just outstanding. I didn't feel any sharp corners at all on the frets. Now, normally when you get a guitar in this price point, you've got to go over it and do a few things, you know, like file the edges of the frets and stuff like that, because they're usually sharp, they're not smooth. But this guitar, I think they did the job right. They wanted to produce a guitar that was that 1930s vintage look and feel and sound, and I think they have a winner here, to be honest with you. After I go over all the specs and features on this, we're going to dive into this. I'm going to let Noah play it, because I'm not going to be able to do it justice. So again, I want to talk about the inlays on this guitar. It's got the really nice mother of pearl inlays, as you can see, and these are not stickers, they are actual inlays. Up at the headstock, if you all can see that, the headstock has Epiphone Zenith Master-built, and this again is inlaid. It's not painted on. Now it does have the old floating tailpiece on here, where the tailpiece actually bends over the bottom of the guitar, and it is screwed into the bottom of the guitar. And they actually have a piece of like foam where the strings go through the holes in the back to help eliminate any kind of vibrating you might get with some of those old steel floating bridges. Floating tailstocks, like I like to call them. The bridge is made out of, I think they call it ebenoid. I think it could be ebony. You know, I tried to do some research on that, and I couldn't find any more information on that. Okay, this is a two-piece floating bridge, and I'm pretty sure this is made of ebony. And of course, the part that the strings go over, and my stroke brain is completely screwing me with what that's called, and I know what it's called. I mean, you have the nut, and you see, guys, that's why I hate my second stroke. But now that part is made out of what they call ebenoid. It's basically plastic, and you could replace that with bone or whatever you wanted to if you wanted to get a better sound. But I don't think you're going to get much better sound out of this guitar than what you're going to get. Again, it is floating, so if your intonation is off, you can change that just by moving it slightly one way or the other. We did have the bridge off of it and looked at the way it was sitting on the bridge. We took a light piece of sandpaper, laid the paper on top of the guitar itself, rubbed it back and forth on the bottom of the bridge, and noticed that it was a nice fit to the top of the guitar. So outstanding Epiphone for that, because a lot of times you'll find they don't hit, they don't touch the guitar and lay flat on the guitar the way they should. And this guitar has an arch top. Now this is not a carved arch top, it's a pressed arch top, but it's pressed out of solid Sitka spruce, so you do have that. Now this is an adjustable bridge where you can adjust it to get your height on your frets down here, but in my opinion it is set perfectly from the factory. If you wanted it any lower than this, you're going to get some buzzing, and I don't think you want that. Other than that, I mean, it's just a beautiful guitar with a burst on it. Again, the only thing that is not high-end, I guess is what you would call a high-end guitar, is the layered back and sides. But again, the material is all maple. It's 3 layers of maple glued together to give you that maple back and sides. So, if I didn't mention, again, the case does not come with this guitar. The case is $149 from Epiphone, but the case is made specifically for this guitar. You have to tell them what guitar you have so they can give you the correct case. This one is, again, the Zenith. This one has a 16-inch lower end. I think it's 11.5 here or 9 here, but they do make one size bigger and one size a little bit smaller than this. So this is kind of like the in-between of the road of their guitars. They do make this also without the F holes, and it's got a center hole. But the one thing I want to get across is the bracing on this is not like the normal bracing that we're used to, which is, you know, your X bracing, or even like in the old days, they had like ladder type bracing that went like this. This is actually bracing like what they put in the violins or in these old Archtops, which is vertical bracing. So you have two big giant braces running like this, and it's both on the back and the front. And of course, from what I can tell, they did a nice job thinning the braces down so they weren't too heavy, but yet they were heavy enough to give you that nice sustain and, you know, and everything that you would expect in a guitar or even a violin like that. Other than that, guys, you know, I really can't think about anything else. I wish I had a good amplifier. I do have an amp, but it's not the greatest, because I would like to plug this in and let you all hear what it sounds like plugged in as well. But I figured what I would do is I would get the guitar out and I would just let Noah have at it and let you guys hear what it sounds like. So let's go ahead and jump into, quickly, Noah playing the guitar. Okay, everybody, I am just going to basically let Noah do what Noah wants to do, so you guys can hear the sound of this guitar. Also, Noah, is there anything you would like to bring up about it?
I like the tuners on them.
Oh, they are, and they're vintage. They've got that look.
Yeah. They're pretty much just, they use the same models for the 1930s, just with newer stuff on them.
And they did, and again, this guitar is modeled after the vintage 1930s Epiphones. And when Epiphone first started, what kind of guitars did they make?
Archtops.
Archtops. They were known for their freaking Archtops. And violins. They actually made violins too. Also, the inlays on it, I think, are really nice on this one. What are the 3 different styles you can get?
The 3 different styles. There's the Century, Zenith, Olympian, I think.
Okay, I think that is it. The Olympian, something like that.
Yeah.
The Zenith and the
Century.
The
difference between them all are the size of the guitars and the inlays.
Yeah, and I told you
wood.
This one here is the 16-inch one.
Yeah.
It's got a 9-inch waist, 11.5-inch top part of it, and I did tell them about the floating bridge.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that. No, not the bridge. I mean the neck. How the neck actually floats out over. And the ebony fingerboard. My goodness, you do not get an ebony fingerboard on this price of a guitar. You just don't get that. So again, also know, if you can think of anything extra you want to throw in, do it, and then you just play and let everybody hear what it sounds like. So it's basically
the neck. I love the neck on this guitar.
The neck profile.
Yeah.
Good. Now this is like a C-type neck profile, correct?
Yeah.
It's really rounded in the back. What about the width? You like the width of it?
Yeah, it's like my Gibson width, pretty much.
Okay, pretty cool. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. about sustain in that on this? How
It's okay. It's more of
exactly.
a punchy.
Yeah, see, I was gonna try to figure a way to say that in the video, and I couldn't get that.
It's a punchy
Punchy,
guitar.
that's it. Sustain, like on my Epiphone over here, it's got a very, very, very long sustain. This one does not.
It has it, but it's just not as long.
It has sustain, but not like some of the other
Yeah.
guitars. This guitar was designed back in the 30s when they were trying to punch out over trumpets, saxophones.
So you can hear it.
Yes, exactly. Anything else you'd like to add about the guitar? Or even any songs? You tell me. What do you think? Okay, anything else you'd like to add about the guitar?
I like the sunburst on it.
Yeah. I do agree. I like the sunburst better. They do have this in two finishes, the sunburst and the natural. I like the sunburst better, and I am not a sunburst guy. Ask Noah. I do not like sunburst guitars. But in this case, it fits the guitar. What about the finish? It's not a super shiny. It's kind of like in the middle.
Yeah, it's
almost like a matte finish.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's not like my Schecter where it's just a
very matte finish.
Yeah, very thin. You can't use a wax on it.
No, we found that out. Don't wax your Schecter acoustics. But they make those finishes thin for a reason. The thinner the finish is on your guitar, the more projection you get out of that. So that's the reason they do it.
Oh, and the case. I love the case. That's my favorite case.
If you get one of these guitars, you need to get a case. Get it. Yes, I know it's $149, but I'm going to tell you what, it is worth every freaking penny.
Yeah.
You got to get the case.
I like it more than my Gibson case.
Yeah, it's weird, but yeah, I think Epiphone did a good job with the case on these guitars, and it fits perfectly. Okay, well, I hope you all liked my little, I don't want to say review because, again, I am not a guitar expert, but I guess I would just call it my video of this guitar. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, please remember that I am not an expert in guitars in any way, shape, or form. I am just a person that loves to play guitar. Like other hobbies that I have, I love guitars, and if you guys would go around and count all the guitars we have in this house, you would understand why I say we love guitars. I have one guitar that's mine right now, and of course it is my Epiphone Texan, and this thing is freaking beautiful, as you guys can see. And this is a 1965 Gibson Epiphone, and look at the string height on that. I don't know if you guys can see. Right there, I guess. Yeah, I could have that a little bit lower. But I don't think I'd want to do that, and I don't want any buzzing, and it is very comfortable to play. I love this guitar. This was my wife's father's guitar, and of course when he passed away, the guitar was given to me. So I have a soft spot for Epiphone. I like them. And if you guys don't know anything about the Epiphone history, Epiphone started out making guitars just like the one that we reviewed for you guys today. That's how Epiphone got their name, making guitars like that and violins, to be honest with you. So they had a lot of experience doing that. They knew what they were doing, and for them to bring this guitar back in this day and age, 2020, is amazing. Now, again, yes, they did cut some corners. They did go with a layered back and side to keep this guitar affordable. For those of you out there that want to play a guitar like this, you can actually go get one without, you know, breaking the bank, because if you look for an original 1930s Epiphone like this, you're going to spend a fortune on it, especially if it's in good shape. So, yeah, the only other thing I wanted to bring up is if you guys want to get a case for your guitar, which I highly recommend, it just protects your guitar from getting damaged. You can go to Epiphone, or as we did, we actually went to Sweetwater to pick up the hard case for this. And this hard case is from Epiphone, so it's not like, you know. And of course, now you guys have to remember, these guitars are made in China. So just so you know, this is not an American-made Epiphone, which is made in the Gibson plant by Gibson. This guitar was made in China. And hey, you know, it is what it is. But again, for the price, you're getting a damn nice guitar for under $800. And when I say $800, I'm talking about case included. So we bought the guitar for, I think it was right around $650, and then we spent another $149 for the case. If you have a guitar like this, you need to get a hard case for it. In my opinion, if you have a guitar that's over $400, you should get a hard case for that guitar. It just protects your investment. One thing I did want to talk about also, this has 20 frets. 14 of them are accessible, and of course, the last 6 of them are, you know, in the body itself. It is a floating bridge, meaning that the tail of the bridge that comes out over the top of the guitar is actually floating. Most of it's floating. It never touches the guitar top. The neck length is 25.5 inches. So for those of you that are wondering what, you know, your scale length is for your neck, 25.5 inches. And the inlays that they built on this guitar look vintage. I know they're not, but they did a damn good job making the inlays and all the fine detail on the guitar look like the original guitars they sold back in the 30s. So, you know, it's cool. Final thoughts on this guitar. If you guys are in the market for a guitar such as this, and you want it to be loud enough that it will play on stage, or accompany all the other instruments that you're playing along with, this is the guitar for you. Now, if you want just your all-around guitar, something to learn to play on, although you could still learn to play guitar on this, you know, or just a basic dreadnought guitar, you know, to play all the songs that you like and remember from your childhood, this is not that guitar. Again, I don't recommend this as a first guitar for somebody just starting out. You want to get a dreadnought like my Epiphone Texan. Of course, you know, hey, if you want to spend that kind of money on your first guitar, power to you, man. Believe me, more power to you. It's worth it in the end. One thing I want to bring up, if you are new to playing guitar and you want to stay with it, get a good guitar. The better the guitar is, the better sound it's going to give out, the more likely you are going to continue wanting to play a guitar and wanting to learn. Now, if you buy a cheap $89 guitar that's all plywood and blah blah blah, and you start to learn on that, which is the way I did it, most people are going to say, man, you know, this sucks, it's not worth it, and they just give up. But you give somebody that starts out wanting to play guitar, you give them a good guitar to play, or the best guitar you can afford to learn to play on, and 90% of those are going to stick to it and just continue playing and get really awesome at it. And the 10% that don't, well, you have an investment in a good quality guitar, more than likely you're going to get your money back out of that guitar, especially if you take care of it. So, with that being said, I'm sorry I kept you guys so long. I do appreciate each and every one of you. If you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, think about subscribing. Don't forget to hit that notification bell icon. That way you guys get notified of any video I release as soon as I release it. And that's all I have. I just want to thank you all for watching, and we will see you guys on the next one. Oh, and I do have reviews coming with actual tech coming up for you guys. It is coming. Just be looking for that. I promise you, it's coming soon. So that's it. I'll see you guys.